I say this often on this channel, but it's been a while, hasn't it? Except this one's a bit longer than normal, save for one thing that's kept me going, and I thank you all who supported the teaser video I made, and the final result. But guess I should update my YouTube Center crowd and the new subs I have on what I'm gonna do in the future, and also what I normally do here for the newcomers, because you may see me from the PMD interview teaser, and I mentioned that there was a video version of that sort of interview quest coming up later this year. But before we go into all that stuff, and I have a lot to catch up on, so I guess this is an unscripted memories, because I have lots to discuss, and I'm talking about memories, even if they're recent, so forget, make it a new episode. May as well try out my new editing computer and my new editing software and explain how I got that new editing computer. Now I'm finally feeling okay to not come clean. I didn't do anything wrong except to my computer, but I have a lot of stuff to go into and explain where I've been if you don't follow my Twitter or my website, because I think probably some people here who haven't. Also the fact that I've had some soul searching and general looking back on stuff that made me realize, hey, now I think about my YouTube views and my general retention and audience and my thoughts on that are more positive than I expected when I took a harder look. I had a whole self-search about my YouTube career and stuff too, and if people care about my stuff or why people steal it, a lot of stuff to go into, but honestly I could just ramble for hours. Most of my unscripted memories are like half hour to 45 to maybe an hour if it's like in depth, but I'm gonna try and keep it to a half hour to 45 minutes. I like the Little Tail Bronx episode doing well and people enjoying that, but this isn't fun for me, so I'd rather keep it to a minimum. It's 7:18 as of now. Hopefully it ends at 7:50 or so at the latest. So here goes nothing, I guess. So yeah, everyone, it's me, Carl from Seafoam Gaming. If you've seen my videos Unscripted or Eternal before, who I'm on camera, you may notice I look different and hopefully not too bad because I don't feel that good. I'm not sick, but mental image. And forgive the stupid neighbor and his stupid lawnmower. I cannot mute that. I tried and I can turn my fan on, but that just makes more noise. So if I talk enough, maybe you won't hear it as much. But maybe I made you aware of it. Maybe I didn't say anything. Ooh, I may have jinxed it. But I digress. The light setup is new-ish. I guess I should talk about that since it's been a while since the unscripted memories. I don't remember the last one I did. Legit, I do not remember. The Galloping Ghost one, maybe? Oh god, that was when I was happier. But I'm happier now. Anyways, enough of my rambling. So this is meant to be an update for my YouTube crowd instead of my website crowd, even though some people follow me on all those places, which I thank you for. I never expect myself to have any fans besides my fur community and in that weird circle of mine, but I'm happy to be able to have fans doing my normal fun activities here as a video editor and whatnot. So I might as well, again, stop repeating myself. So, many months ago, I mentioned that, I went on a trip to Illinois, had lots of fun, and for the most part, it was all good. But I swore I mentioned in that video, or at least in my unboxings I did around the time, because I've been doing some unboxings before I went off the grid in February, I want to say. There's a reason for that if you've seen my community post. I was a bit annoyed in September because something happened that really hurt my mental state, and I mean devastated more than I really let on, and I didn't want to really talk about in depth because I felt like if I did, it would just be a dumb drama video, and I actually filmed a whole unscripted tangent of me screaming curse words at the company and the CEO for what they did to me, and I decided to just delete that because I don't want it to be obscene and vulgar. I just want to be honest about what it did to me, but that's not the only thing that happened. If it was just that, I probably could have just made it a thing I look back on when I do an upcoming Eternal Memories where I touch upon what I was going to make a topic of this company, actually, a more positive topic. So no, the real catalyst behind my inactivity lately, besides my full-time job, which has slowed me down since last year, but what slowed me down to the point I didn't want to do anything and haven't added a video since the Tomie teaser, and for then since January, was in February of 2022. God, it's a new year. I don't even remember it. It doesn't feel like one. my MacBook I got since I graduated high school in 2016 died. And I don't mean it just pooped and slowly died, or I saw a sign and then it died. No, like it was very abrupt. I basically closed my laptop, went about my business, head downstairs, opened up, was away to watch a show called The Resident, a good hospital show I watched with my grandma on Tuesdays and stuff. And I was about to open it up, watch the show, and do some reviews, and then it just would not turn on at all. I turned it on and off again. I did everything. It just was literally doing a direct bingo prediction because it was the day before the Nintendo Direct that month. And it would not do anything. I did everything I could. I looked it up. I asked people online, what the fuck do I do to save my computer? What's going on? I haven't backed up anything but my website since November, and I have so much stuff I need to back up if it's about to die. So I called Apple support. I did all those steps. I did the disk checks. I did everything. The SSD inside the MacBook blew out completely without warning. It's short to the point, I'm stuck at that. I sent it into 2 data recovery places, hoping to get something salvaged, and I even offered one of them $8,000 in desperation because I lost everything on that computer. And that was my main computer from 2016-2022. 6 years of my work down the drain. It was like basically all but 2 years of my review career, basically my entire Eternal Memories career, almost everything of importance to me in my video and website space and personal life gone. So I was beyond destroyed, but I had a backup drive. On that backup drive, I backed up my website stuff, my YouTube stuff, including all the Eternal Memories B-roll, some footage, some other, like the trips to Illinois and Wisconsin I did, and other personal things, but not my music library or my iPhoto library. Now you may be thinking, Connor, you have iCloud photos, right? Well, I turned off my computer for reasons I don't want to talk about, and I lost everything on the computer because I used it as a backup because I was an idiot thinking my phone would die before my computer because my phone died once before and I restored it from a backup because it was on my computer. So I didn't think my computer would die without warnings in a similar fashion because my phone technically still turns on. It just doesn't do internet or doesn't do anything except crash all the time. So I had to get a new iPhone in 2020. But yeah, my MacBook freaking died, like obliterated. I was depressed because on that photo album was the final photos I took of my grandpa who passed in 2019. Now you might remember 2019 was basically hell on earth for me. Everything got derailed on my website, on my YouTube, on my life. I didn't want to do anything at all because I lost my best friend Chaz, who I mentioned in a few videos in the past, I believe, and gave a special thanks in, I think, maybe the 3.5 video of the Rescue Team post game. That might have actually been my cat Honey. I gave him special thanks, and then my grandpa, who I made videos on in the past in this format, about how sad I was when I lost him. But the last photos I took of my grandpa on his deathbed, it was a deathbed, but that final night in the hospital, were all gone, along with photos I took of him that summer that were happy and more charming and not as sad. And I used my computer as a backup for all those, except for a few that I thankfully messaged to my relatives, and those I were able to re-download because I sent them to people. But otherwise, no, my full album was dead, gone. Losing my final photos of my grandpa, as dumb as this may sound, made me feel like I lost him all over again. So I basically lost my shit. I cannot describe the mental anguish I suffered. I had lots of deaths in general, and the pandemics happened, but for me, I've lost some friends in the pandemic, but none in my real life circle. And most of the time, I feel like I can get a warning sign or know when something's going to go down. So usually I'm content with, not feeling like I had missed business or regrets. But this was full regret because I did not back up shit I need to back up. And people say 5 gazillion times, back up your shit. And I was actually planning to do a Backblaze backup or look into that the day of the computer crash. In fact, I was going to open up my laptop and investigate some sites like Backblaze or Google Photos. And sure enough, that's when it died. So, of course, now I know after I tried on my new laptop, Backblaze didn't work for me, so that one I've worked for my old computer anyway. But that whole state of mind of, oh, I could have done so much different, I could have stopped this, just broke me because my lack of control just, again, caused anguish. And I'm rubbing my glasses because they're getting foggy. But that anguish was the theme of February. I stopped posting because I didn't want to film. I got a new MacBook, which has a touch bar and a bunch of stuff I don't get, like M1 chips, silicon, this new OS. That means I can't even use my MacBook for old apps I used to do, like my old capture card. For some reason, I can't capture game audio anymore, so I have to use a new PC I bought. That's another can of worms I don't know if I can even get into without over rambling. But basically, a lot of shit happened, and my glasses are foggy. Let me fix that. Well, my blur problem is not gone because my glasses are just bad, so I guess I'll have to deal with it until my head pounds out my skull. But yeah, February was horrendous for me, and I cannot describe my emotions. I've always basically said I was mad, horrendously depressed. I cannot just... I keep repeating myself because it's impossible to describe my anguish. Like, you know, I was sad and depressed when my friends died, and I still am. But, like, it felt like they died again, or my grandpa did. Except more upset, because I had nothing to remember him by anymore. So I just basically curled up in the fetal position that night, screamed, and smashed my bedroom. Quite a bit. Not proud of it, but... yeah, so... sudden death to my computer, new computer thrust upon me. I slowly got back into writing and some other stuff, and then I had an opportunity presenting itself that I took advantage of because that would give me some joy in all this awfulness, and that was my Tomie interview. Anyways, now that I got those stupid things off, it was just pain after pain all of February and a bit of March. I had my aunt come over in the last half of February to look after me because I really wasn't doing well by myself when my grandma went for vacation. I was just bedridden. Anytime I wasn't working, I was bedridden the whole time. I didn't want to leave my bed. I was upset, miserable, didn't want to do anything, and I was upset. Just upset. Like, my MacBook uses USB-C. What the hell is that? I only use it on my Switch, and now it's on my Mac. And I had to buy a bunch of adapters for it. Like, that's how weird it is. I hate change like that, and it's driving me bonkers even now. So, yeah, I haven't felt like doing shit. So, that's the main cause. And as I said, I offered a place $8,000 to get my stuff back. And you said, hey, even if you could only get my grandpa's photos back, I will pay you this much money if you can get it deep inside. But my MacBook was a model that the motherboard and SSD are the same. So that means it's not impossible to get anything off it. And if you can, the controller has to be alive. And mine died. They say it was from use of wear over the years. So I guess I edited so much videos like this and did so much reviews that I let my computer poop itself. And had no warnings or indications it was close to death. Apparently that's normal on MacBooks or any with SSDs. So that's concerning because my Wii U and so much other stuff are still alive, and that my MacBook did not make it. So yeah, to avoid repeating myself, yeah, I stopped making stuff. That's the best way to describe it. I lost the will to make stuff, I lost the will to write, I lost the will to do much of anything, lost the will to take care of myself. My full-time job means I don't really get much exercise time anyway, but I went for at least a few weeks of eating non-stop and eating popcorn like it was crazy. So now some of the weight I lost over the past 2 years is back. My mental health went down the drain. My grandma was worried she had to call more meds, but no, it was not med-related. It was me-related because I sucked and didn't save my data. And I can't save my eyeglass lenses because they're foggy, and I don't know if it's because of this or... yeah, no, it's just my... whatever, hopefully I don't get a headache. I am back with my fog machine off, hopefully not much congestion from... as a result, and my eyes are better now, except I think it's that light that's a bit painful. So I guess I might as well switch the subject before I talk about what happened in March, too. Yeah, I have a new light friend. He's right here. He's pretty good. My aunt got me it for my birthday. Well, Christmas, but both, basically. And it was, yeah, meant to help in future retrospective videos. So I filmed a video in January before this data loss happened. guess I might as well talk about it, because I think I saw the footage of my camera, so I could probably redo it, but I have lots of stuff on my backlog, so I don't know if I'll get to it, or if I do, it'll be a while, maybe redone entirely. But yeah, this pulsing light that's hurting my eyes, I believe, right now, because of how close and bright it is meant to make it so that in nighttime, like now, my videos don't look like they're pea, because they were pea colored for a while, because I work full time, I get home at night, and I film at night, but now it can be a bit brighter now. So in March, things got a bit better with more movement on the Tomie situation and whatnot. But another thing happened in March that made me not as depressed, because thankfully I learned my mistakes. My PC died, or at least I thought it did. Thankfully I was able to save it, but the story is kind of crazy. So my HP Omen was slow as hell. It's my PC for gaming. I don't know much about computers or Windows, because I never grew up with Windows outside of like Windows 95 or 2000. So when I moved here to my new place and got a Mac and stuck with Macs for all my life since I was 8, I basically had no need for PC knowledge, so I felt like I didn't need one. But then I wanted one because of all the PC games, mostly Falcom and E stuff. So I got a HP Omen, which was a gaming PC back in 2018, and it was good at the time, but then it got over time slower, more annoying, kind of dumb, if I may be frank. And yeah, it was just a pain in the ass. So basically, with all that slowdown and eventual stuff catching up to my old computer, especially as Windows 11 wasn't compatible with it, even though I hear it sucks, I figured I'd try to, upgrade some stuff and hopefully make it faster. Then I found out that the HP Omen I had was one of the last computers I guess HP made, at least back then, with something called, hard drive, because, Wii U had a hard drive, a bunch of stuff I used to have a hard drive. But apparently SSD is the new hotness, and that's why stuff like the Xbox Series X I have, my Switch, and other things are faster. So basically, it just makes my computer lag because I didn't have the SSD. And I thought legitimately, this is how bad I am at PC in Windows tech. I thought an SSD is like an HDD. You just plug in with USB and call it a day. No, you drill it into the computer, and I knew nothing about that. So I could either give random strangers my whole laptop and have them install something. I had no idea what it would do, and they told me they had to keep it overnight, which was weird because it's just a simple stick. So I decided I'd buy it and try it myself. It was hell at first. I messed up, and it didn't come with a screw, so I didn't have a screw to screw it in, so I had to take off the screw from my laptop case, so it was loose a bit. But I got it in, and nothing happened. It just didn't take my SSD thingy. And so I couldn't figure out what to do. But I saw in the process my battery was bloated, and one of my YouTuber friends told me and insisted I get it replaced because it was fat and it could explode, and that's the way I had my PSP and Wii U gamepad batteries. That's why I replaced those lately. So I just went ahead, Best Buy, took it back, and thought, okay, they'll have a new battery, I'll get it in, or I'll get a new SSD in, they can help me, and it'll be good. Well, here's where my weird story of Best Buy takes place, because first off, they tell me the cells in the battery are near max charge, like max percent charge. If they did so much as hit it, it could explode and kill me or blow up my house or catch stuff on fire. This was scary. I didn't want to die, so of course I didn't want VR chat to be the end of my life, so I decided to just stop and see if I could get replaced. Unfortunately, for some stupid reason, Best Buy, the computer store, doesn't sell computer batteries, especially HP kind, and so I had to go online, order some. So okay, what, go to HPOmen.com or go to Amazon, buy a new one? No, you buy these aftermarket batteries that are for the computer, and HP doesn't sell them anymore. So I was in a circle wondering, what the hell do I do? Do I avoid the ones from China? I had no idea what to do! As a Mac person where everything's just simple, in one unit, I had to replace parts, which is easy when it's an SSD you can buy at a store, but not when it's a battery that's proprietary and hard to get. In fact, my PSP was the same thing. I had to go to an old game store get a new battery for my PSP because all the ones on eBay were bootlegs from China. So it was hell, and I was I'm not dealing with that again. Just do at least dispose of it. And I shit you not, it gets weirder because instead of taking it out and, I pay $80 or something for them to get rid of the battery, they instead say it's so dangerous I have to mail it to Kansas and they'll charge me a 200 or something disposal fee because I have to mail the whole laptop in. I basically said, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to store it in my shed at home, and I'll just get a new computer and back up my shit in something. Because I did back up my stuff before I went to Best Buy, thinking it might be, they may need to swap my computer out if it was, dying. Like if that's why the SSD didn't work. So the guy just said okay, and I went and looked at computers. Bunch of old computers I did not recognize. Most of them were super expensive. The ones I wanted was just SSD computer that plays games, has 1 terabyte. No 1 terabytes in stock. They were all gone. There was a 512. Figured I don't really play much intense games. I have a Steam Deck on the way anyway. So I'd probably just go with that. And so I bought it. Came with Windows 11, Dell stuff. I went home, transferred my stuff over. Everything seemed fine. The battery wasn't, replaceable, so I had to put it in my shed for a while. And then 2 days later, after I downloaded a Sonic 1 Sega Master System remake, it co-opted. I'm not joking, it co-opted. The SSD co-opted in 2 days, a brand new one. When an antivirus scan, it didn't say there was one, but I looked on the Reddit and some guy says that game has some Trojans, so that may have messed things up. I don't know about Windows. That's why I did that stuff. Because I thought, oh, hey, just like Mac, you download stuff, scan it, then if it says it's okay, you play it. Apparently not. Anyways, so I had to go back to Best Buy again on the next weekend. I managed to fix it and stop the corruption, but all my stuff was scrambled and it wouldn't let me open stuff because it said I was not the owner anymore. So I had to reformat it from 0, but corrupted the Microsoft Store and the Windows Identity Provider. So I still have the Microsoft Identity Provider corrupted all these months later because I just can't be bothered to fix it because I went to Batteries Plus, a local store near me, had them look at the HP battery, say, hey, can you at least get rid of this for me? And they say, oh no, this is super easy. 10 minutes later, they had it done for $15. I told them what Best Buy offered to have me do, and they were dumbfounded. They told me outright, you take it on a ride. So, yeah, my MacBook died. I had to get a new one. That literally is unfixable. I have it in my closet, but they went through it. Drive Savers and another company in Arizona. No, it's not savable. I did my homework on that. But Best Buy, who I thought I did my homework on, because they're Best Buy, Geek Squad, wanted my money, so they made me buy a new computer when there was really no threat my old computer dying. Yeah, the new battery would be dumb to get, but and my old battery wouldn't kill me. I could maybe get the SSD looked at. So now I have my old computer back with the battery out, but the SSD gone because I use it to refund myself to pay for the Dell because I had a lot of money on Dell. 2 computers in 1 month. Luckily, the Dell managed to be fixed once I reformat again and got rid of stupid bloatware. It came with like McAfee and all that dumb Dell shit. So much Windows stuff hurts my brain, and I guess while I'm on my ramble, because I can't avoid it because I suck. So because I used the refund money from my SSD I bought for my old computer to buy the new computer, I had 2 computers in 1 month I bought from my pocket. That wasn't fun, but I did eventually get all but, again, the identity provider I still cannot fix because as I was trying to troubleshoot the Windows, SEO is garbage. Like, oh my god, like the Mac world, there's dumb sites like this too, but usually Reddit does enough because you can just type Mac OS number and it'll tell you what to do, and it doesn't force updates, and doesn't have all these extra stuff they add. But there's Dell, Nvidia, there's HP, there's whatever brand Alien, that's HP too. Whatever brands are out there, they always shove stuff you don't need on Windows computers. So I had to install all of that, and when I looked on how to do it, I got all these weird-ass sites. Like, here's how to download something to clean the computer. And then it's like, you cannot download this, but only after 4 paragraphs of, oh, do you want to clean the computer? It's like, I can't. This sounds like nonsense, like most of my rambling, but try looking up troubleshooting that does not require Reddit on the internet. It's impossible for Windows, I swear to God. Reddit was my savior, and even then, it only led me to fix all but the identity provider stuff, because I can't update it. It just does not let me update it. So yeah, I had 2 computers I went through. Now they're both fine, and I've backed them up more frequently. In fact, my old PC, as I said, I backed up fully on a new drive they put on that computer, so all that saved, though it was just game saved, so it wasn't like any important. And I backed up my new MacBook to my old hard drive as well, so all should hopefully be good. Still no cloud services, I don't know yet. I'm leaning now towards Google Home, but there's so much subscription services to choose from, it's a headache, and so I'm just using iCloud for documents and videos now because I can't be bothered with much else. It's the wild, wild west, and all this around me just basically was me summing up that I was gone because I was lost in the wild west of dealing with a data crash, emotional trauma, mental anguish, and finding out how the world adjusts to change in my computers and my daily routine at home. And once I did all that, now I'm worried it will happen again because who knows when the new computers will die. They may die 2 years from now because it's a new computer. They may die 5, 6 years like it was before. I don't know, but now I have to be more careful. Luckily, my SD card I film all these on was in, the camera, so of course I don't have to worry about, oh no, I have to refilm stuff I was doing before. No, like my Pokemon Pearl video I was working on for November is still intact, except for what I was editing. I have to remake it and re-edit, but I have the B-roll and all that stuff ready. I do have to refilm gameplay footage for the Retro Bit episode that was coming after the Diamond and Pearl episode, and I have some other stuff I was in the middle of doing that I have to reshoot. But I also have stuff I was going to shoot for the first time that I didn't get around to because I've not felt like it. So with all that rambling out of the way, that, oh my god, I only want to think about 22, 24 minutes I've been rambling, made 30 minutes. That's why I did timestamps, so you can just jump here. So yeah, I got all that stuff back, so I'm now used to my writing process, my browsing process, basically editing but video editing. Which is weird because I've had the same camera setup. That's not impacted. Just, I guess, my lethargicness and my demotivation from all the stress. Even though the country is kind of in a scary state right now of Supreme Court being in the works that you may have heard about, I've been still mostly fine. Been anxious, but I've been doing good at my job and playing some games for fun and review, and I got the Tomie thing done. So yeah, before I go into how the Tomie thing happened and future plans, I guess, on that front, I'm gonna go into the other thing that got me down, because I was slowing down my activity last fall, and I mentioned it in passing, so I'm now finally ready to ramble for probably 50 minutes now, because I have no, I'm seeing the timer right now, I have no self-control, I've not been on camera at all, like, I did it like a short, I put on private because it was for a controller that broke. That's why I didn't upload it. And I think I did the renovation cart unboxing that I haven't uploaded because I need to edit some stuff as well. Old unboxings from last year. But I mentioned in passing that Limited Run Games screwed me over on something I really, really loved. Now since my eyes are pounding and killing me, even with these glasses all cleaned up, because I think that light's really, really hard on the eyes when you haven't looked at it since January. I literally just turned it on for the first time since January, because I'm filming for the first time since January. That's how long I've been not feeling the mood to film. That's why this video is going to be a mess. So lastly, I bought a Shiren the Wanderer PC Collector's Edition set from Limited Run Games. You may know that if you watched me over in my sub box, I did Limited Run Games unboxing like every 2-3 weeks, it felt like, because I bought so much shit from them, because I like the idea of preserving physical games, getting cool indies, trying out new games on physical media. Usually they don't require much updates, they were content complete. If they did, it was just a plus button away, not that long. Usually not big updates or anything like that. Or if it was like way after they sold the game, so it's not like they are psychics or anything. But for the most part, it's cool. The company, they did do some stuff I thought was iffy, but they mean well. Well, then they did something that was indefensible, inexcusable, horrendous, and the way they reacted made me completely change my view on them. So, yeah, I'm just going to spit it and say it now because I hinted at it and I've said it before in small videos, and on my Twitter I've gone on endlessly anytime there's quality control these guys have, and I made articles about the quality control on my website. Like, seriously, I've talked about these guys a lot, but not here. So might as well just get that done. Hopefully leave it behind till an episode I plan on game collecting. They swapped out a physical PC game disc, which is very rare nowadays because it's all Steam and stuff. And yeah, I like Steam, but They did some PC stuff in the past, like Pixel Junk Monsters 2, which was the worst game they made because only 30-something people bought it, if I'm not mistaken. And so they made discs for all those people, and they shipped them out. They work, and they're the worst things limited to ones ever made. Fun fact, if you want legitimate, they barely made anything that they've ever done, it's Pixel Junk Monsters for PC. So I bought, when they suddenly made a Shiren PC edition available in the middle of the pre-orders for a Switch version, abruptly, just the collector's edition, I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it because I have the Shiren standard. That's all I need for Shiren. But I like Shiren. I like Mystery Dungeon. It changed my life. And Jeremy Parrish from Retronauts offered me a free copy, and I said no because I want to support the series. So let's buy 2 copies. 1 PC, 1 Switch. Heck yeah. That was my mindset. I'd get cool knickknacks, a PC jewel case, a lovely disc, and I get to play Shiren on PC in a weird way, or at least maybe burn it. I don't know. Either way, even if I didn't make use of it, it'd still be a cool collectible, and I figured it'd be, fun to get. So I buy it. It was February. It ended late February, I think early March, and then, it's manufactured on demand, so it's like, 4, 6, 5 months. So in July, they got it in the warehouse per the website. I was eagerly awaiting it because, Mystery Dungeon collector's bowls don't grow on trees. Like, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon merchandise almost does not exist at all except for the DX stuff they made. Shiren is even more rare except the CEs they make. So, hey, more Shiren stuff. And that's a series I barely played, so might as well start collecting. So, I was eager, waiting, hopeful for something cool and snazzy and neat and fun. Then in August, after the delay of them having it in the warehouse for a month, but then getting a bunch of Scott Pilgrim stuff, so they had to rush that out the door and stop everything else, they started shipping out Shiren the Wanderer on PC. Someone that's now one of my friends on Twitter got it, and posted on Twitter that it came with a Steam code in place of the jewel case and physical disc. It was $80 plus shipping, mind you. That was eyebrow raising, very bad, and I was like, what the hell happened? But then I remembered sometimes the past stuff changed, and normally, like with Celeste and whatnot, they include a card saying, oh, sorry this happened, here's an apology or a bonus goodie, or just a card or something that says, hey, we messed up, but we are aware of it. Then the day after was when my copy was supposed to arrive. So I figured I'd look at it for myself and film an unboxing. And here you go, the only limited one unboxing I kept because it's literally all the company means to me now is that they are pieces of fucking shit. And that is my dead-ass stance. I'm swearing because they messed this up and stood by it. Badly. So basically what happened is, as I was getting to work that day when the PC edition was to arrive at my house, my grandma was going to pick it up for me, said person who found and got the copy of Shiren on PC said, hey, I noticed that when I went to the website to look at the description to see if it included the game on physical media, they added it to a Steam code, but the picture shows a jewel case still, and they did not say why. So they bait and switched and hoped they wouldn't get caught. That was a huge red flag for me. I was starting to get worried. I was in the Limited One Games Discord server, sweating bullets. Hopefully they'd maybe do something. Maybe it was just a mistake and they'd send out copies and it was just, hey, Steam code, but the discs are going to take a while, because, they do that sometimes. Like, I think they did it with, recently with a City Goes Zero, they'll send you a code for the download game while you wait for the big game that takes forever. So, I thought, okay, that's cool. Maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's just a bump in the road. And then I get my copy, and holy fucking shit. I'm sweating a lot because I still am mad about it. This happened in August, 9 months ago. I'm still searing mad. Not bedridden anymore, thank God. I was bedridden by my data loss, but, the fact I'm not shutting up about this shows you how horrendous this turned out and how much it ruined my morale and trust and every goodwill I had with that company for 5 years. 5 years of videos, 5 years of purchases, 5 years of community, 5 years of everything with my wallet and being a whale for them. All ending on a thought of a bad collector's edition. So in the video, I basically showed that you take out and the contents are a plush ball of the some enemy I don't want to pronounce and miss up. An art book that's a flimsy soft cover, but it's that way in Japan. It's basically the Japan CE with some different goodies. A replica of the dice that's in the game with bad paint that's smeared on the inside of the box. So that was kind of funny and dumb to see. And most importantly, art cards, which are the best part of the box. They look gorgeous. I like them. I could pin them or hang them on the wall and they'd be nice. But, the main attraction for this was the jewel case, because, hey, the Switch game came in the Switch CE, so the PC would come with a jewel case. And I thought, okay, the Steam code's in the jewel case, or at least in some sort of maybe fancy apology, or envelope, or something effort, with effort in it. Nope. They literally took the Switch Collector's Edition, the same mold, with the Switch-shaped box hole. They filled it with cardboard, and then they stuck grooves in it that they pinned a cardboard code in it. And that was the collector's edition. $80 for a plush toy that's bad, a dice that melts, art book that's flimsy but also from Japan, so that was Japanese quality too, and the Steam code on cardboard for $80 frickin' dollars. I didn't get a jewel case, I didn't get a CD, I didn't get a disc, I didn't get any explanation on where my fucking game was, except there was now a download code. Needless to say, I was mad, my other friend was mad, lots of people were mad, so I stormed to Twitter because apparently the CEOs can't be bothered to post updates on the website directly, and... So yeah, they don't post, oh yeah, we did this in development, sorry, here's why it happened. They didn't do it on their website, no, not even on their Twitter or Facebook, no. The CEO himself, Josh Fairhurst, I'm naming you outright because I'm so mad, and maybe this is the way to put it behind but I definitely would, berate you for hours if I met you in public, because oh my fucking god, the trust that was broken is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Basically what happened was they only made about 60-something collector's edition because only 80 purchases happened total. It was so low that Spike Chunsoft in Japan were like, whoa, this isn't minimum order quantity. Why should we give you rights to make DLM free copies of a game that we... don't even put on GOG. No, go home, guys. We don't want this. So because of that, they had to swap out for a Steam code, or really just cancel the whole thing, but they didn't tell anyone this. I got intel that this was made around March, April, because usually when they manufacture on demand, they do the orders, and then they submit an order, and then usually hear what's doable, what's not, and then they send it to manufacturing, and then they wait. That's why stuff takes so long. So around April or May or so, or March, they knew it was not going to be a disc or a jewel case. They knew it was going to be a Steam code or something different. So for 2 to 3 months, they knew it was not going to be what people bought. That's what angers me. Next part that angers me. It's July. They get it in hand. They have the incomplete collector's edition in their warehouse. And they don't email anyone. I am one of the most active people in the community server. One of their co-founders, Doug Bogart, was there. He knew me. He knew I was there. He knew I was Mystery Dungeon Fanatic. Jeremy Parrish knew I was there. I was in their magazine as an interview. I have the proof right here. I was buddy, a good customer with these guys, and I liked the stuff, and most of the time the quality was good. That's why I bought so much shit from them over the years. Silence. None of them reached out to me that whole time. I found out when someone else found out because they opened up the box. If no one opened up the box, no one would have known these bait and switch people. That's the real effed up part, isn't it? Seal collectors probably think before this broke out that this was a PC disc. It's a Steam code. I don't even know if it expires. I would deem mine. I don't know if I ever will. I'm not giving it to someone, but it's so unbelievably bad what they did. And so yeah, Josh was quick to go, oh yeah, I forgot, I'm sorry, but we are going to get you a full refund, we promise. promise everything will okay. So in the Discord stuff, I went to feedback and bluntly said the quality control is really bad. You should have not bait and switch people on this. You should have not ignored people. You should not edit the fucking website description with people noticing and thinking that no one would notice that you edited the website to say it's not a physical disc anymore. The forever physical company. Like, that was really bad. Like, really, really bad form. But Josh, I was like, hey, I want my jewel case, because that's the one distinct thing between the PC and the Switch game besides the game. I thought, okay, jewel case, I'll be happy, fine. They say, oh, look in the game, you a jewel case. So, I was like pissed off, mad, people were mad, so I was like, oh, I'm stupidly mad. But I'm gonna be polite, ask the customer service rep, hey, I want a refund, I was told I could get a full refund. Here's my status. Here's my order number. What's the deal? What's the beans? $10 back. $10 out of 80 for falsely advertised, scammy collector's edition in a box. I still cannot. I'm still seething with rage as I repeat and go through my memory of the whole thing because, yeah, there's a reason it's burnt into my retinas. Like, one of the biggest memories of 2021, unfortunately, was breaking up with Limited One. So I was pissed. I went on Twitter and was like, hey, here's what the Shiren CE includes. It's literally nothing. Here's how much they offered me. Literally $10. They say they'll refund me. Nothing's happening. They say they'll give me a jewel case. I don't know what's happening. What's going on? My mental state's in the wreck. This is my favorite IP. One of my favorite companies. Why is everything falling apart? I'm miserable. Help me. It got viral on Twitter to the point I was really embarrassed and kind of nervous. I wanted to go on private for a bit and calm down. I was like, oh my god, the attention. I don't like this attention. I like when people like the stuff I make that's fun and happy, not when I'm mad and seething because I got falsely swindled on. But needless to say, all the anger stemming from people finding out that they scammed me led to Limited One Games getting yelled at on Twitter a lot. So the CEO, I said, hey, what's going on? When do I know what's going on? Basically, he was like, yeah, we need to get approval on this jewel case. I'm looking into it. Don't worry. And then he had the fucking audacity to say, could you please delete the tweets because we're getting lots of hate and harassment. We don't want this to go on anymore. So I was like, no. Fuck you, Josh. You are a scumbag piece of lying shit. I didn't say it to him, but now I am, and I mean it. That's how mad I am, and I forever will be. So I privated my account, took Steam off for a weekend, whole week, came back with an ultimatum saying, hey, if you don't give me my jewel case or an update on what's going on or refund everyone their money for buying a falsely advertised product, I am going to basically cause a storm, which was code for I'm summoning my lawyer. Because I was ready to do that. He knows it's not going to be in a small claims court or big court because not many people bought. But I was going to look into false advertising somehow with some way of repercussions. Maybe a chargeback. Who knows? I get banned from the company. Because they basically wanted to erase and make me hide my tweets because they not like people saying they messed up on a product they messed up on, because I was mad. Because the series meant a lot to me and it was like a stab in the heart that they effed up and they just doubled down. Basically made excuses, got mad at me instead of themselves. Never ever during all of this went on their public corporate Twitter, by the way, or even the public corporate Twitter. They didn't go on there, or they didn't go on their website and make a blog post saying, hey, we messed up and here's our apology, formal, and here's all the steps. Thankfully, the semi-happy part to this is they did, weeks later, during my ultimatum, say that everyone who bought it, even people who didn't get it, we're going to give everyone a jewel case for free. No cost, no charges required. We're going to give everyone this case, but no disc because we don't have the rights anymore because Chunsoft, which more on that later and why flip-flop too on my thoughts on that. And my throat's sore from all the yelling. That's how much this hurts me. But yeah, everything will seem to be fine. It still take a month or two to get made, and late October I finally get my jewel case, and it's basically the same stuff it was in the box on the case. But hey, I made something the weirdest you and I am ever one of them, and unintentionally, I guess. It didn't come for disc, but it fits a disc. I put a CD in it. It fits. It's well made, sturdy. I liked it. All seemed good, but I was still mad at Limited One. I left the Discord server. I was fuming, and I was also butting heads because some people I was friends with on the server, for many years and many months, just goofing around, talking about collecting and stuff. They started to get mad at me for being vocally against Limited One games and appearing in weird videos people made that I wasn't involved in, but because it blew up, people and drama YouTubers made videos about, oh, here's how the company scammed some guy out of his PC game. So that made it spread, and thus I guess that's why they told me to delete my tweets, because it was a firestorm I couldn't control. But you deserve all that anger because you literally tried to get away with bait and switching. Like, you did not immediately, when you found out it was going to be changed, tell people or apologize. You tried covering up till the last second. And that's what infuriates me. But during all this, Douglas Bogart went into my DMs and was basically like, oh, I'm sorry this happened, but due to NDAs, we can't talk about why it happened. But I know how it is to deal with mental health struggles and all that. This was because I mentioned my mental health was a wreck because of all the depression I had from, being sad about my game being not what it was, because it was my favorite IP, basically of all time, next to Valis and Ys. So I was mad, and so I ignored him. I didn't block him, I muted him, I didn't do anything. I was just like, I can't stand the Limited One anymore, I'm not buying from them, I'm just gonna get my jewel case, see if they improve the quality control, and move on, maybe buy stuff if they get something I can't live without. Let's see how they do what they do. So yeah, that happens. We go about all day, at least I do. And then I find out after I get my jewel case and post a Twitter thread saying, oh, it's really good, but I like my disc. Douglas Bogart, the CEO of Limited One of the co-founders, blocks me on Twitter. And normally I don't really care if people block me because, difference of opinion. I block lots of dumb people I just don't like to see, or people who are annoying, or people who are bigots. Thankfully, they're not bigots, but they definitely are the tier of scumbags. It's getting dark, and I'm still upset about this. So, they blocked me. I was like, wow, after all that, me saying, oh, maybe I'll come back to you guys. No, you just blocked me the moment you're done with me, because you're like, oh, good, he got his case. Now he'll shut up, so I can block him, because I'm sick of him being against our company now. I bought from you since One Way Awards, the first Mystery Dungeon game you made as part of the Limited One deal. So I got mad, and then I think a few weeks later, I was tipped off that Josh apparently tweeted a few months ago that game preservation he doesn't believe in, or something. I think he believes in it, but he basically said physical game preservation, like their printing methods, wasn't preservation. It would ultimately be piracy and digital media in the end, which is true. It is the truth. Like, the 3DS eShop games will live on past the shutdown next year through the Shadow Realm, and not because one of them got on a cartridge. It's not the NES days or the Satellaview days where you literally only have the cartridges left and no one backed stuff up. No, people back stuff up on the 3DS, Switch, Vita, all those stores, even the mobile phones in Japan are trying to be backed up now. So, yeah, he's right about that. But I decided because, oh, hey, digital media better than physical media, haha. I retweeted his tweet without context and he blocked me for it, which is beyond comical at the end of the day. Months later, months after I basically was like, yeah, you scammed me, I'm mad about it, you got me what I made you promise to get me, but I'm not gonna go back and wail because I think, oh yeah, they scammed me, but they tried to make up for it because I caught them, it's fine. So no, ever since then I've been very against Limited One games, anti them, basically not buying anything except for a blowout sale game I wanted, and a Valis collection that got brought over here that I bought because it had a vinyl and some goodies, and hopefully they don't mess that up. But yeah, case in point, that all happened, and I'm still mad about it. Still mad. But it reinvigorated me, believe it or not. This led, actually, to me getting more determined to find the next subject we're talking about, and that's Shinichiro Tomie, the writer of the Mystery Dungeon series, at least mostly the Pokemon and some of the Shiren games. So yeah, I've been trying to find him off and on since 2013. A video's coming out in August around then to describe a little idea journey on what made me want to find him, my quest, my roadblocks, my basically everything that happened, so I can tell you guys, oh yeah, this is what it was like to try and find a guy that has no internet presence, but works for a company still and makes games with Pokemon, one of the most secretive, biggest companies ever. And I interviewed him because I found a contact somewhere, and he led me to him, and we gained trust. I talked in Japanese through a translator. That's a good friend, Cody. Everything worked very, very well. And at the end of the day, that was amazing. The response to my teaser was just magnificent, and it brought me rejuvenation. And I was more sparked, motivated to interview the guy, not to say, oh hey, this company in America scammed me because of the product because they misadvertised. No, I didn't want to do. I have not told him about this. It's not that stuff is not for them. He doesn't need that to worry about. I don't think he watches videos in English. He doesn't know English, but if he somehow did find out, well, I'm sorry that happened, and I'm sad, and hopefully you're sad. But like, I didn't want gloom and doom and just make tell the Japanese people, hey, this happened, because it was over, done with. I'm just mad about it because it meant so much to me, and I'm still mad that they had the balls to like make me delete my tweets on the matter and then block me and then block so many journalists and people mad at them. I could go on like the Super Meat Boy Vita edition shipped this week as I'm filming, and it has holes all over the place, and it was thrown in the box. Like, they stopped quality control like long ago, and now it's just getting worse. I must have left the sinking ship. I honestly think I did at this point, but I digress. Needs to say though, Mystery Dungeon on the brain again meant I was more determined to find Tomie. I found him, I interviewed him, I released a teaser. The interview's on my Seafoam Gaming website, go check it out if you haven't. And it was just wonderful. He was a great man to talk to. I've sent some follow-up, not questions, but like, I'm glad this, you had fun looking on Gates Infinity. I'm glad this, he was my Mystery Dungeon collection. Now I just recently sent him a message about, oh yeah, the fans in America are like a big fan of content and they like my article, and I'm hoping he'll see that, maybe, I don't know, make his day, I guess, is the main goal. And maybe I'll do an art collage or something with the MD community if I know how to be a leader, because I am bad at that stuff. Maybe I'll have a friend in the Mystery Dungeon social media sphere help with that. But thinking a wonderful man who changed my life and many others, that goal meant a lot to me. And I hope you look forward to the video this summer. It's not going to be an Eternal Memories episode, even though it's going to be scripted and mostly structured like one. Mainly because it's a special episode and I don't want to break my season order I planned out last year. So thus I can't do any new subjects until I get done the season. So I can cheat, this is a special, just standalone video that's coming out later. But yeah, I think that's it. I did rambles about my data loss and how I'm a bit better now, hanging in there, backing up stuff now. Rant about limited one games, now my throat hurts. I did lose a family friend last month. That was really depressing. Her name was Jean. I met her in Minnesota, my vacation cabin. Still sad about that, but she was excited for my article. I don't know if she read it, but at least the fact that, she knew I accomplished a dream of mine gives me some peace, I guess. And my hope that I get to do more of my dreams before I pass away, too. I hope I don't pass away for 50, 60 years at least. But I don't phobia death. I've read that before, so yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, as we approach an hour long, when I said it wouldn't be an hour long, so what's the future plans? Well, I'm gonna hopefully start with this video, Unscripted Memories. Probably just gonna name it some like where I've been or whatnot. I guess I'll just make it simple. And afterwards, I plan on doing an Unscripted Memories on maybe why I canceled the Pokemon Trading Card game, in that I'm not collecting for anymore. I sold off my collection and some other stuff. I filmed it, but stuff changed since then, so I may have to refilm or add vocals or do a new scene. I have to think about it. Maybe I won't do it at all. Maybe I'll just make a footnote when I do a video on a card game for Game Boy or something. I don't know. But yeah, that was a video in the works. I still have the anime retrospective I was going to work on, and I filmed it, but I stopped editing it because the show Pro Gambit that's gone on Sweet Blade's channel, even if I do still images like with my I Choose You review that I got copyright struck, well not struck, but like blocked in worldwide by Show Pro manually because of the thumbnail. I don't want to risk my channel dying because of a retrospective I want to do, but not necessarily desperate like the PND retrospective. So I'm gonna unfortunately pause the Pokemon anime retrospective, and if I talk about something, maybe it'll be Yu-Gi-Oh! Or a show I grew up with, or a new show I'm watching, or maybe a movie. I don't know. But I may just make an unscripted memories on, maybe, I don't know. This may be the only one for a while. Who knows? Depends on my mood. I want to get back to my scripted stuff. That's my main priority. My scripted stuff. As for my interview goals, well, Tomie's out of the way. I guess I could go higher and go, oh, interview the president of Chunsoft. But, like, they did work on PMD, but Tomie wrote the stories, and the other guys, well, I actually got a comment from the program of PMD1, so that's another goal I kind of got done. So I thought about maybe doing some voice actors. I mentioned in my earlier episodes that I was impressed by how much the Yu-Gi-Oh! Voice actors did the PMD specials, and I figured why not interview the PMD voice actors on how it was like working on the special. I did get to ask one of them a question years ago and have it saved for the Gates Infinity episode, whenever that's done. But the other people I thought about asking just get cold feet. Maybe I'll get warm feet and go and ask people. Maybe I'll have some good interviews on the website. If so, I'll let you know in the community post. But in terms of big stuff like Tomie-san, I don't know that'll happen again for a while. That really tired me out. Translation was a lot of money. But I think it was worth it. It was a life goal accomplished. And that got me the spark to a longer good time at my job and good games and excitement for the Steam Deck. Even if some games like Advance Wars being delayed hurt my schedule for like looking for the games this year. I have lots of fun stuff to play, fun stuff to review like Cotton Fantasy, just lots of fun in general lately, so I'm in a fun mood, so I figured I'd film even if this video wasn't all that fun because I was very mad a lot at the time, and now it's getting darker and gloomier, and I'm just, I was sad for a while. I was worried about making it just being sad the whole time, but hey, to end it on, I'm getting better, guys. Hopefully gonna go to the park and Pokemon Go walk and exercise more to get back to my health shape, a bit healthier shape before I go to my physical soon. Small steps. Before I end this, I might as well make it visible because it's now dark. Almost pitch black. I've filmed for an hour now. I said 7:15 I was gonna stop at 7:50. Now it's 8:20. So I might as well just wrap it up, edit out the fluff, and hope you don't mind my long rambling video. If any of you even watched this long or just skip to this part, don't blame you. I might as well just mention as quick as I can, which means it'll be 15 minutes knowing me. There was a thing that happened in December that made me mad about my content because someone took a video of mine without permission, and I'm still mad about that. I kind of made up, but I kind of didn't because I think someone who works with that channel was interested in what I was doing with Tomie and does not want to report on it because I got mad at their channel. So you can report on it. I gave you permission to. Just credit me and link to me, please. Not getting a link to my channel. My God, simple stuff, man. That's a simple request. That's why I credit people in my videos. Even if I forget sometimes, I always try to fix it. So please, if you see I made a mistake or want to be credited and I didn't credit you somehow, let me know. I will do everything to help you. I mean it. Please, tell me. I don't want to mess up. I don't like messing up. But that made me realize that, even if a lot of people don't watch my videos, and even if I get some good accomplishments, I don't really celebrate much. Finally hitting 1,000 views on the Eternal Memories episode with the first Mystery Dungeon episode. It's really bad and I look ugly in that episode, but not as ugly as I do now. Thank you guys. I mean it. All the likes on that video and all the likes on the teaser video, even if not many comments. Lately when I watch YouTube, I just like and don't comment unless I'm really drawn to something. And that made me realize if I do that, lots of other people do that. So really should focus more on, I guess, the likes and views instead of the comments, which is always what I want, because I want feedback. And I still want feedback, guys. I've been blinking, closing my eyes a lot, just being awkward. I want to improve all that, of course. But if you think of anything else, I need to improve, the angle of my light is, towards the wall now. Now it's towards me. Let me know that sort of stuff so I can get better. It's just, helps me. Helps me a lot. At least I hope it does. But yeah, that kind of made my mood better, and with this video out, when you did see this out, and with my Patreon slowly back in swing with me, doing more episode drafts, episode scripts, episode ideas, thumbnails, a list of the people I'm planning to interview or at least reach out to. That's a Patreon perk for $1 per video like this, or giant interviews like the Scale the Tomie interview, which means not that much, mostly real stuff. That's the thing you can get on my Patreon, the $1 list of voice actor / interview goals. But enough plugging. It just made me more confident, and I feel like hopefully nothing happens in the next week or while I'm editing this or before I release this that make me in a downward slump again, because geez, after finally being the most energetic I've been since before September when the Shiren stuff happened, I think I'm back in swing, and I hope I can make more videos. I have a full-time job and I'm still busy with a lot of website stuff, but I want to make content again. And hopefully the new MacBook, since it is a faster editing machine, I can get stuff looking nicer, figure out how to operate it more, and just have a good time again. So let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you're excited for future content, and maybe I'll finally get those unboxings I filmed of vinyls and other stuff all scheduled so I can catch up again. It's been so long. But with all that rambling out of the way, I bid you bye.